right, call halal. All right, first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honors, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. All right, double honors and blessings to the elders of Great Millstone, GMS. The elders of Great Millstone, GMS, have the 100% truth. All right, and before we jump into these scriptures, I would like to say, because I like to hear it and I like to say it, America is Mystery Babylon the Great that will be destroyed by fire. All right, ICBMs, armed with nuclear warheads, will be fired off at the end of World War III. Intercontinental ballistic missiles, armed with nuclear warheads, and the Lord and his angels will destroy the entire country and landmass of the United States of America. All right, and the mark of the beast, the mark of the system, the mark of Eve, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the RFID chip, also known as the NFC chip. They're going for digital currency, cashless society, digital ID, mandatory vaccination, mandatory microchipping, proof of vaccination. All right, and we are at the end of days, and the Lord is on his way and shit. The angels is here. You got chariots flying all throughout the skies and revealing themselves. Even more and more is on their way. They about to start jumping through the portals more and more as these days go on. And now is the time to repent and trim off what you got to trim off and do what you got to do, because the eyes of the Lord are upon this place, and you will get rewarded according to your ways.
Ready? All right. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 1. It says, "The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons nor daughters in this place. For thus saith the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that beget them in this land. They shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented."
All right, they shall die by grievous deaths and shall not be lamented. All right, and it's the reason that script was written. In this place, do not go looking for a wife. Do not go looking to have children. Do not go looking to build cheating on you. It's a possibility your wife could be wicked. Or you have children in this place, your children is in danger. Look at homosexuals, lesbians, transgenders, and now even pedophiles. Pedophiles was already on the prowl, but now they protect it, and now they're being promoted. All right, and now they're being uplifted. All right, they're making wrong good and the good wrong. They're gonna put a dark name and evil byword on those that are given effort to be righteous and be good in the sight of the Lord. All right, and those that are wicked and evil, they're gonna uplift and promote and push that energy on the world. And you do not want to have, just like the scripts say, don't have children in this place and don't go looking for a wife. Just like the scripts say, those that have wives, be as though ye had none. All right, because you're supposed to put all your attention and all your undivided attention on the Heavenly Father and His Son, and everything else will come to you.
And the scriptures also say, for here we have, what does it say, no continuing city. Is that in Hebrews or something?
I got a quick one, since he mentioned it. He said a precept without even knowing. This is Isaiah 5:20. "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter."
Woe unto them. All right, destruction. That put light for darkness and darkness for light. And that's exactly what these heathens is doing. They're putting light for darkness and darkness for light, and wrong for good and good for wrong. All right, that's what they're doing right now, right before our eyes. They're putting it on the internet, putting it on the TV, putting it on the radio, putting it on all platforms of the internet and media, period. Which is why they push homosexuality, pedophilia, adultery, idolatry, mischief upon mischief. And now it's to the point now they're pretty much having their way with people in any way, shape, or form. They're playing with these people's minds. They're having their way with adults, and now they're going to have their way with children. All right, you see that that movie on Netflix called Cuties, that's them setting the tone to have their way with people's children. They're gonna have their way with everyone's children. That's what they're going for. Pretty much trying to say your child has a mind of its own and they could do whatever they want, but that's not true because even adults can't do what they want.
And that's in the Noahide laws. That's in the Talmud. They believe that you're an adult when you're 5 years old. I mean, what the hell is that?
That's
nonsense?
wicked as hell. A 5-year-old don't even know how to wipe their ass right. Think about that. A 5-year-old don't even know how to brush their teeth right. A 5-year-old don't even know how to bathe correctly, but they're an adult.
Jeremiah 16:4. They shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented.
They shall die of grievous deaths and shall not be lamented. And what's grievous deaths? Grievous deaths is death by pain. Getting shot in the chest, getting shot in the face, getting shot in the back 7 times, getting put in a chokehold and getting fiended out till you die. You know, getting raped, getting your throat slit, getting your face beat in. All right, dying in horrific car accidents, dying in a wildfire, getting burned alive.
A lot of people that have those terrible deaths, we always know that that's judgment from the Lord. Like when the Lord take you out in a certain type of way, that means you paying for something.
Yep, and then you look at what's going on with these protests, right? It's mostly Jake at these protests around the country, and now it's looking like these militias are starting to show up, man. You know, men with assault rifles that are trying to restore order, and eventually they're gonna start firing, man.
Yeah, and those militias, there's militias on both sides. Yes, there's more militias on the heathens and on the Edomite side, and those militias, Jake don't stand a chance against those militias, man. They're a fucking joke.
Well, what do they say? 70% of them are ex-military. I mean,
yeah, and before you continue out, there's a story out in California on that wildfire. A man was looking for his wife and seen a severely bad burned woman and said, "Can you help me find my wife?"
And it was his wife.
And it was his wife. Now think about that. That's some crazy ass shit. You asking somebody, "Can you help me find my wife?" You scared and you panicking, and that severely burned person is so unrecognizable you couldn't even realize that was your wife.
and you look at
That's the Lord's will.
then you look at Oregon, man. They had to relocate like what, 4 million people. They just basically told them you got a couple hours to get out of here. Where the hell are people gonna go?
Where the fuck they gonna go?
What if you ain't got no money to fill up your gas tank? How you gonna leave the state?
They families already struggling. And the Lord said in the Apocrypha, "Have fear of the Lord, and He will remember you in the day of your death."
It says, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth.
Neither shall they be buried, and they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. There's gonna be so much death. There's gonna be bodies laying around like piles of dog shit in somebody's yard.
And they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine.
And they shall be consumed by the sword and famine. And that sword could come in many shapes and forms. A gun, a knife, an actual sword, a car, any form of destruction.
Esau,
Edom. And that famine, them famines is gonna be fucking insane. It's crazy. All right? Because that's a slow, agonizing death. That's a slow kill. From every second, those people that starving to death, they go feel that every second.
and the Lord is cruel, man. He can make it to where you get just enough food to live, but you get all kinds of malnutrition issues and diseases.
Your stomach go end up being bloated out, looking like you're pregnant. You gonna be skinny as hell, but your stomach gonna be big.
Like them African kids in them commercials, man.
It says, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth.
And that's spiritual because we seen hawks. I mentioned hawk. I've been seeing a lot of hawks flying in the air. A hawk is a symbol of fowls in the air. It's gonna be vultures, hawks, ravens, crows, seagulls, all sorts of birds. And the dead flesh upon the earth will be the food for the fowls of the heavens. And because those birds will eat plentiful in those days, eating off of rotten flesh.
I got a quick one. 2 Ezra 16:22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other, so like, let me read that again. 2 Ezra 16 and 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
All right. So if you escape that famine, you still go get got. It don't matter. And if you escape the famine and that sword, guess what? You can't escape that nuclear fire. And that little girl in Jamaica, in Houston, I believe, in Kingston, Jamaica, she had a vision of the famine, and she said the whole earth didn't have food or water. Yeah. You couldn't eat how you wanted to. You couldn't drink how you wanted to. And she said there was people saying, why me? Why me? Why me? Why you? Because your ass was wicked and you didn't seek the Lord before the evil days came. That's why you. Mm-hmm. Why you? Because you didn't repent and examine yourself. But you want to be crying and stressed the fuck out and scared to death once the time come. No, you supposed to be scared to death now before the evil days come, so you can prevent all that evil shit to happen to you.
Mm-hmm. The secret of the Lord is with those that fear him.
This is verse 5, Jeremiah 16 and 5. For thus saith the Lord, enter not into the house of mourning, neither go to lament, nor bemoan them. For I have taken away my peace from this people, saith the Lord, even loving kindness and mercy. So
yes.
I was gonna say. So that's exactly why things are happening to Jake. You know, because the Lord have taken away his peace from them, but he still has his mercy upon his elect men. You know, but the rest of our nation, the ones that's going off, you're not gonna have a cover.
And you other Israelite camps that are, you know, teaching to love everybody and all that shit, man. You guys better harden yourself, because when this death hits, that's gonna fuck your spirit all up, man.
Yeah, a lot of these camps, we're not against having a wife, but we're not gonna we don't get together and have ceremonies. We're not into that. Brothers that have wives, you just have wives, you deal with them, you know, as righteous as possible. We don't arrange marriages and, you know, have everybody get together, because that goes into what in the days of Noah. When they was eating and drinking and giving in marriage.
You don't want to do that.
We're not into that.
You don't want to be a part of that prophecy right there.
So, you know, we into just teaching the word, man. Like, that's one of our famous questions. Whatever happened to just teaching the word? What's so bad about just prophesying and not having the extras that come with it? Yep. Because those are the rest of that shit is stumbling blocks, man. You know?
Yep, because prophecy is on the front burner and your wife is on the back burner. We're not telling you to cash your wife away or mistreat her or anything in that sort. Deal with her accordingly, but this truth and the Lord comes first, because remember, the Lord is a jealous power, and the Lord knows where your heart stands and who you think about the most. And who we supposed to think about the most? We supposed to think about the Heavenly Father and His Son the most.
Scripture real quick. He that haveth a wife cared for, is this in Corinthians?
Yep, 7.
Yep, 7 and
It's in 7? I can
yeah.
find it if it's in 7.
Because you don't want to be sitting there
around
and be
26, 27.
Your woman unhappy because you ain't spending enough time with her, or you not up her ass because you at camp and you too busy reading and on the net looking and watching to see what the fuck is going on around the world. This ain't the time for cuddling and humping. This is the time for reading, studying, and seeking the Lord. Because there's going to be plenty of time to cuddle and hump in the kingdom.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 32. It says, but I would have you know, Salakia, but I would have you without carefulness, he that is unmarried careth for the things that belongeth to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he that is married careth for the things of the world, how he may please his wife.
Yeah, how you may please your wife. Now you want to get a good job.
That's a true statement.
Yeah, that's a true statement. Now you want to get a good job. Now you want to get a nice car. Now you want to get nice materialistic things, because these women is attached to the world, and women love nice things. We know this. That's why men go so hard to trim up their beard, get lineups and edge-ups, to have the freshest sneakers, the freshest outfits, the nicest cars.
Please a bitch.
To please a bitch.
And your time, man.
Your time.
They're the biggest time consumers there are, man.
Yo, you could give a woman...
It even tells you that in the law, when we would conquer a nation, if we saw one of the women of the other nations, they would have to come and basically shave their hairs off, you know, so they will lament for their family. It says,
Man, this camera don't know if it wants to focus on y'all or the tree.
oh, Salakia, verse 7. Neither shall men tear themselves for them in mourning, nor comfort them for the dead. Neither shall men give the cup of consolation to drink for their fathers, nor for their mother.
Yep, because ain't gonna be no more of those little after parties.
Right.
You might as well say they after parties after the funeral, because there be family members that you ain't seen or heard from in forever. But as soon as somebody died, they running up in their best garments, they running up in the flyest suits and dresses, and they ready to eat.
Yep.
They ready to eat and drink after the funeral, and it's a party basically.
Yep.
They don't even care about the person that really died. They ain't shed a tear, but the whole time at that funeral, they thinking about who cooked, and there gonna be alcohol there.
Yep. And there's been a lot of judgment happening in our city.
A lot
of judgment. A lot of
man.
Jake's been getting put to death, and it's been bad deaths too, man. A lot of terrible deaths.
Yeah.
Jake getting
Grievous.
shot, grievous deaths. And it's not just our city; it's all over.
But hey, that goes back to the Lord taking peace away from our
the
people.
Yeah.
Because now you can't go to the club and get lit. Now you can't go to the parties and get lit. Now everybody and their mama got beef. It's some serious ass beef going on in these cities. And guess what? That beef shouldn't even be happening, because for one, we ain't even supposed to be fucking outside like that. We ain't even supposed to be around people like that. Why is you beefing? Because y'all in places y'all ain't got no business being, and y'all just being wicked.
Right. It says, thou shalt not also go into the house of feasting to sit with them to eat and to drink. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will cause to cease out of this place in your eyes and in your days the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all these great evils against us? Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin we have committed against the Lord our power? And they don't think that they do evil, man.
Right.
They really honestly don't believe that they do evil. Like a homosexual or a lesbian will say, God loves me. Where's my iniquity? A nigga that's out there selling drugs, I'm just trying to get $1. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah, with his
You
pants sagging and damn near every square inch of his body got a tattoo on it.
Or Jake that's into different philosophies, man.
Oh,
Well, what's wrong with having a free mind?
those are the worst, because those are somewhat intelligent Negroes, man.
You asking all these questions, like
worst.
you asking all these questions, like, well, you know, where's my iniquity? Where's my sin? Why is this happening? It's ultimately because you're not seeking the true power, man. And the God that we worship, the living true power, Yahweh Bashim Shai. This. How do we notice the true God? Because everything that's happening in this world is in this book, is in these scriptures, is in these prophecies. We've been talking about the mark of the beast since we was put on by our elders and apostles years ago. And years ago, it's not like it is now. You couldn't see it as clear as you can now. You can see it, but now it's like, when is this shit gonna crash? So when is they gonna bring it in? Because it's close, it's at the doors. You know, World War III. This brother was posting videos about China and Iran. It's right there in front of your face. And then you open up the scriptures and it tells you that war is gonna take place.
That's why you got a lot of these economists screaming at people, get the hell out of dollars, man.
Yeah.
Get out of all paper currency, you know? Put it into stocks or gold and silver, whatever. But even then, they could just take your shit.
Exactly.
It ain't on you. You know?
You damn sure don't want to have nothing really tied digitally or in a bank or somewhere, because it's harder for them to physically take it from you, because if it's in the bank or something digital, they can just wipe that shit clean.
Yeah, freeze your shit.
Or freeze it. You know? And the Lord has taken peace from this place. That's why so much death. There's the sound of mirth and joy and gladness is being taken away. Ain't no more bomb ass lit weddings. Ain't no more lit parties. You know? And soon, you know, with it ain't gonna be a good thing to have babies born in this place. It's already not good, but the time is coming where now as soon as your baby come out the womb, nowadays already they gotta get injected with poison.
Yeah, they do it as soon as they're born.
As soon as they poison, what? As soon as they born, you gotta sit here and this brand new baby, you gotta sit there and put all that poison and toxic and viruses and diseases in that brand new baby. Ain't even give it a chance.
Well, hey man, my uncle, he's a pro-vaccine actually, because he's a doctor. He even said to me back in the day, a baby shouldn't get no vaccines their first year on the earth because their immune system is sprouting, he said.
Yeah, let the baby breathe first. Let the baby get a breath of fucking fresh air first on its own in its own lungs. You soon as the baby's still soaking wet, smelling like fetal fluid, and you want to stick it.
Here it is. Esau will tell you, don't get your dog or cat vaccinated for the first 6 weeks because they got their own little, immune system cells or whatever, and they won't accept the vaccine, but they'll put it in a baby when a human baby.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting a kitten, and the lady was like, if you purchase the kitten, we do everything to it, microchip it, blah blah blah. I just have my antennas up, But yeah, man, the vaccines are wicked. It's off, and it's something that I got a 6-month-old son, man. He hasn't been touched since birth. And he's perfectly healthy, fine, smiling, laughing. Those kids don't need that stuff, man.
And these COVID-19, guess what? Your baby gonna be getting injected with that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a part of the depopulation right there. Babies is gonna be dying.
It's all about what you eat. That really determines your health. What you eat.
Your lifestyle.
Yeah, your lifestyle. That's what determines your temple.
Yeah. See, and I've been talking to people. I talk about the defiling and all that. Defile just mean degrade. Don't degrade your body. You're not even allowing your body to be at its 100% best potential because you're not taking care of it and you're doing things that's harmful to it, like smoking and drinking excessively and eating toxic foods.
This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3. It says, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet."
And we've been hearing rumors of wars for years now. Ever since I came into the truth, I've been hearing rumors of wars. Between Iran and Russia and so on and so forth. But now it's even more rumors of wars. World War III almost jumped off the first month of 2020.
And then Iran was saying they was gonna retaliate. They basically waited towards the end of the year. They said they was gonna retaliate for the killing of that leader.
And then Trump tweeted, he said if they do that, they're going to get hit with 1,000 times more force, which he's basically speaking in code saying we're going to nuke your ass.
But then again, that's going to get Russia involved.
Yes.
Because Iran is backed by Russia. That's their big brother, basically.
And then Russia and China.
Yep. Oh, yeah. China has over 20 years of contracts with Iran for gas and oil.
So that's basically, the bully comes on the block, which is Babylon the Great. And then, the little guy tries to bully the bully, but the bully don't know that the little guy got two bullies just as big as him.
Yeah.
Now you two older brothers, kind of.
Now you about to get jumped. You
about to get jumped.
You went there thinking you about to get an easy win. Now you about to get jumped and get a hole stumped in your back.
Show up with a couple of his cousins.
Not even knowing they on the porch up the block.
And the Lord said that. The Lord said, "These shall hate the whore." I'm gonna read that. He said, "These shall hate the whore and burn her with fire." In Revelation. Drone. So like it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places."
And we there right now, nation against nation, people against people. You got these riots, these protesters. Now you even got people in countries divided against one another. And you got mainly the people is divided against the law enforcement. They tearing police up in certain countries and in the United States, especially in Colombia, I believe. They've been going at those Colombian policemen heads.
And a lot of these countries have been having anti-lockdown, anti-mask protests. It's like a lot of these countries are not even getting COVID bad, and they're still fucking kind of locked down. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Ain't no reason. But that's in what was it? Operation Lockstep, where they plan to do these lockdowns, but they plan to continue a lot of the provisions permanently. You know, step by step.
But hey, like you heard the brother say, permanently, because this next lockdown is gonna be a permanent lockdown for them to stricken people and push their new world order. Israel is the first nation to go into a full-blown lockdown, and they go September 18th. They're starting their full-blown lockdown. Schools, mostly all essential businesses, and and etc. So we gonna keep a close eye on Israel and see how that play out.
It says, yeah, and if that
In
was
the spiritual Israel.
I was gonna say, if that was the Holy Land, they wouldn't have to go into a lockdown. If they're the people of the Most High, they would. If they were the real Jews and everything was to be fulfilled, then they wouldn't have sicknesses. They wouldn't have COVID. When the real Jews go back to the land, they're not gonna have sicknesses. We're not gonna have lockdowns. That's how you know they're a bunch of frauds over there.
Then shall they learn? Then shall they not learn more anymore?
Right, exactly.
It's gonna be peace.
It's was it Isaiah 2?
It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And that's going into actually one of the because there could be severe consequences with being a man of the Lord. This is a dirty job. You could eat.
Salaki, I was speaking to this brother yesterday. A brother had shared a video, and they were saying they just passed a bill saying conspiracy theorists can be detained / locked up.
In the UK.
Are we not so-called conspiracy theorists? That's what they would throw that title on us.
Yeah, they're gonna throw that title on us. Like I was saying, this is a dirty job, So they're gonna come for the men of the Lord. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make the men of the Lord look like the ones that's against their agenda, which we are. What's that?
I got a couple of precepts.
Oh yeah, bring them out.
This is GMS salvation is near. Shalom. Joel 3:10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And this is also GMS salvation is near. Shalom Bashar. This is Ezekiel 38:7. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto me, and unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
You see, and that's also an example of them going into getting strapped, going into getting ready, getting their arsenal up, their missiles up.
Russia is going to be a guard unto all their allied nations, and it lists in the chapter what those nations are. So we know the roster of World War III, man.
Yeah.
It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Oh.
So ain't gonna be no love out here, man. It ain't no love out here now. Because iniquity may abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Yep.
We living in a time of hate.
And that gets into that vaccine as well, man, because they're putting all kinds of things in there that alter your DNA. They could turn you into a cold person with that vaccine, man.
Because guess what? Family members just go shit on other family members.
Oh yeah. Yeah, how wish I said that?
Yeah.
Man's foe should be his own household.
Them people in Louisiana and those states and these places getting hit by storms and fires, they calling up family members, calling up so-called friends and family members. Guess what? A lot of them people either they're not answering their phone, or they straight up telling them, yo, look, I can't help you. My hands is already too full. Because everybody named mama damn near unemployed and already in a tough spot. So they can't take on somebody else's burdens because they barely can handle their own burdens. And upon Jake already stingy and got that nigga spirit and want to take from the next one. Want to rob from the next one. Don't want to see the next one doing good. Imagine when the famines come and they see, oh, he working, he eating, he clean, he look good. That's going to bring up even more hate. And that's just reality.
That's right. It's not. That's a good
truth.
point. Yeah. It says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
He that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. There's no one saved yet. Just like the scripts say, the righteous shall scarcely be saved. Just like that brother that had that vision of the nuclear destruction, he said he didn't get beamed up until he was completely surrounded by fire. And as soon as he got picked up, then where he was standing got hit with the fire.
Ooh.
That's scarcely.
Yeah, hey man, what are you Christians talking about right now? You ain't talking about this stuff. Y'all are sitting there taking pages out of the Koran and eating them, man.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
worry
what
about
the
us.
fuck?
They focused on, the Christians are focused on the prophets. I'm going to do a video and title it that. You
Dude,
Christians are focused on the prophets.
and then he's making that one dude was making I'm going to buy a website. And even James White, who was our biggest enemy for a minute there, rebuked their ass. It's all, you're going to make a website about urinating on the Koran? What the fuck kind of foolish ass shit is that, man?
Folly is set in great dignity.
Yeah. Verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
That's right. You got Japanese people preaching the names of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua, the Heavenly Father and His Son.
So they're Israelites.
Israelites. But they
look like Japanese.
They Israelites, but come on now, you got people that look like Japanese speaking in whatever fucking language they speak in, but that's real. Chinese looking people, Japanese looking people.
And that goes back to the curses where the Lord said, I will scatter you amongst all nations.
And
So-
that's them showing their
Yeah,
spirit.
they coming back into the fold, you know?
That great multitude.
Yep. I'm going to skip down to verse 19. It says, Matthew 24:19, and woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor shall ever shall be. And except, what's a lot?
That's right. We about to go through some times that was never before and won't be after. And we constantly bring up, take a look at history. It was some dark ass evil moments in history. And even those times can't compare to what's about to go down. Which is why we might seem a little bit too pushy, but a lot of people is underestimating the power of the Heavenly Father and His Son, and a lot of people is underestimating the shit that's about to go down. They taking this lightly. People are going to die, millions upon millions. People are going to starve to death. People have not seen this for generations upon generations of people starving to death and dying from pestilence. The whole entire world will be covered in death, in darkness,
Right.
in gloominess.
Election night is less than 2 months away, man. You know, it could get a little crazy on election night.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not everywhere, but in a lot of places here in Babylon, it certainly will. You know?
We would say LA, California, but they already on fire. So you know why they go wild out in Washington, for sure.
It says Matthew 24:22, and except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened.
And those days are short, and as you can see, time is flying. We already at the end of 2020. Sometimes you lose track of days because time is going by so fast.
Wait.
And it's so much stuff happening. Every day you go on the news, there's something new, something crazy, something catastrophic. There's a gas pipeline explosion, a bomb, an earthquake, or tornado fire, a wildfire, somebody getting killed in a grievous manner, somebody getting assaulted. It's just so much going on. You got fucking killer whales attacking boats. How often do you hear that?
Well, hey,
The sea creatures are upset.
Yeah.
They can't breathe in the water. Esau dumping oil and plastic. They upset. They're like, where the fuck this shit coming from?
Man.
Oh, it must be coming from that boat. Let me attack that motherfucker.
Well, hey, getting back into what the brother was saying about election night, man. There's states that you got called swing states, where pretty much like 51% of the people vote for a certain candidate, and then 49% vote for another one. Those states might get downright crazy, man, because you got 50-50 sides right there.
That's
man.
gonna be sedition among men and uproars of the people in division. They go clash. One side gonna have weapons talking shit, the other side gonna have weapons talking shit, but one side gonna have more weapons than the other side.
And training.
And training. Them Black Lives Matter, homosexual, transgenders don't stand a chance against these heathens.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think we're so good at breaking down the scriptures? So we get practice. We've been training for years, man.
Rehearsing.
You know?
We've been rehearsal. You don't just get this overnight. This is, you gotta read, you gotta study, you gotta watch videos, you gotta pray. You can't just come into the truth and then next week you the bomb, shit diggity. It don't work like that.
Well, hey,
the elders got decades upon decades of knowledge and practice and rehearsal.
Mm-hmm. A lot of these sports coaches, they'll tell you, usually the players that improve the most are the first ones at practice and the last ones to leave.
Mm-hmm. People don't talk about Kobe Bryant being in the gym all day and night practicing one jump shot, or certain players doing the same thing over and over and over and over again to the point they perfecting dunks, they perfecting fadeaways, they perfecting shots.
Well, hey, he said
Floyd Mayweather.
What did Kobe say? He said the one season he knew that his legs needed to get stronger because towards the end of the season, they felt weak, so he started lifting weights. He examined himself and found ways to improve.
I got a precept. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble,
Ooh.
such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book."
Mm-hmm. And that book is that book of life. And the Archangel Michael, that's one of the top dogs of the angels. That's one of them angels right by the Heavenly Father like this. Know what I'm saying? Taking orders. The Lord is a man of war, and the Archangel Michael has the spirit of war. Mm-hmm. That's hand in hand. It's spiritual that the nation of Israel and Israelites got a whole bunch of Gabars in it. I don't know if anyone realized that. It's a whole bunch of Gabars. That's because the nation of Israel is full of warriors and full of soldiers, because the Lord is a man of war, and guess what? We liken unto him. We got faith, we got hope, and we supposed to be austere, and we supposed to be soldiers, and we supposed to be warriors, because that's what we are.
It says, "And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt."
Shame and everlasting contempt. Because imagine someone that been hearing this truth for years and years and years and didn't take no heed and disregarded everything. That shame and contempt is going to be real and crazy as hell to them in the end, because they go, no, damn, I had it right in front of me the whole time. I think now I'm like, it would suck to be with somebody and see them get beamed up and you get left because you didn't apply yourself the best way that you possibly could. You didn't give effort, because the Lord knows who gives effort and who doesn't. And you don't want to have shame and content, especially being in the kingdom like, damn, I coulda, shoulda, woulda, I should have read more, I should have did more videos, I should have prophesied, I should have tried to talk to more people. Apply yourself, do what you got to do, especially for the brethren on the comment boards that don't prophesy or teach. Give effort, apply yourself.
Well, hey, when you go into Corinthians 12, it has all kinds of offices, man. You don't. It's not everybody's lot to prophesy. Yeah. There's a lot of helps, and brothers with that have different tongues that can help translate, and all kinds of things, man. I can't remember if it's in 1 First or
Read it.
Second
I got it.
Corinthians.
If you good on money, charity.
Yeah.
If you good on herbs, create some concoctions to help people. Know what I'm saying? To help brethren.
1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 1, it says, "Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant." And I'm gonna skip to verse 4. "Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same power which worketh all in all."
It's the same power because we all supposed to be one body, moving accord with one another, one motion.
It says, "But the same manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom."
And the brothers say the brotherhood is a give or take. You could give and you could take.
To another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit. To another faith by the same Spirit. To another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit.
Yeah, it's a brother in one of the camps, a gift of healing.
Yeah.
Right?
The head of the Mississippi
The
camp.
head of the Mississippi camp. Got some some herbs up right quick. Could heal a whole bunch of shit.
To another the working of miracles. And that kind of goes into a physician too. The working of miracles through the Spirit of the Lord.
It was a brother recently that was healed of sickle cell. I don't think I watched the video, but I did see the title. But how many people? It's people in the world that's not even healed of sickle cell with the best top doctors in the world that can provide.
And
here it is.
that's because they giving them bullshit. You know, they giving them they're not giving them the real medicines. They just giving them things to sustain them, to hold you over, so to speak.
The brother in our camp had some chest pains, or whatever issues he had.
Some heart issues.
Some heart issues. Brother sent some herbs, got healed up.
Yeah.
That's a miracle.
Yep. To another, the working of miracles. To another, prophecy.
That's what we doing. We prophesy. That's what the elders doing. We prophesy.
To another, the discerning of spirits. A lot of brothers can read spirits. That dude is off. I can feel it.
Hey, you got some brothers, man. I know I've had this happen a few times. Like somebody will come up to the camp, try to get, and you can't really tell their tribe.
Yeah.
And then you get that tribe. I bet this guy's a Gadite, or I bet this dude's a Benjamin. And then they say it, and you get it right.
Yeah. That's a discerning of spirits.
Because Benjamin, like we're all 12 tribes, but we all move in different ways, man.
Yeah.
We all got different flavors, different
flavors.
Yeah.
Different flavors, one nation.
Different skills. Like Benjamin's real good at like carpentry and skillful stuff.
Attitudes too. Some tribes got a different attitude. Some more chill, some were on the rah-rah side. Some in between. Some you just don't know.
Yeah. It says,
we know how Jake is, man. You be like, yo, I know he part of that tribe, man.
Levites are usually real calm and mellow,
Yeah.
Usually, not everybody's different, but
it says, to another, discerning of spirits. To another, diverse kinds of tongues. To another, the interpretation of tongues. Some brothers can interpretate, certain things. It says, but all these worketh that one and the same self-spirit, the self-same spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will. For as the body is one and have many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Hamashiach. For by one Spirit we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, which the Jews and the Gentiles are both Israelites. It's not talking about other nations, Jews and other nations, because Jews is really Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right, if you want to be technical, it says, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one spirit. For the body is one, for the body is not one member, but many.
Yep.
Oh, and I gotta read this too. But if the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body,
Right.
is it therefore not of the body? And if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is it not therefore of the body? If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing?
Right.
And if the whole were hearing, where shall the smelling? You know?
That's hand in hand.
So you gotta have different senses, man.
Mhm.
If your whole body was just an arm, you wouldn't be able to smell, hear, taste, touch, you know?
It's something as subtle as a pinky toe.
Yep.
You lose your pinky toe, your whole balance will be off.
Balance, yeah.
Your whole balance, and the pinky toe that's a small member of the body, correct?
Yep.
People get their tonsils and stuff taken out. That's a small member of the body, but your tonsils, that's all a part of your head, and that's one of the main important things for your immune
If
system.
you lose your tongue, you can't talk.
Yeah.
Your tongue is a small member of the body. It tells you that in James, I think. It says the tongue is a small member, but is a ball of fire. Let me get that
And
real.
that's
Well, hey, your fingers, man. Every finger has a certain percentage of strength in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
all, and it's all connected to one thing. All the lines go to one point. They meet at one point. You know, and hey, for this brotherhood, we all one body. If a brother hungry, we hungry. If a brother thirsty, we thirsty. If a brother homeless, that means shit. We homeless. Know what I'm saying? You know, that's why the script say one body. You know, that's why the Lord said we supposed to care for one another. Because you supposed to love your brother. Because if you don't love your brother, how could you love him? Because you can see your brother, but you can't see Yahweh Shai.
Well, yeah.
And that's the script.
a few weeks ago, when that hurricane hit, there was a brother who pretty much had his house destroyed, and he had to relocate, man. But the brothers were right there, man. Before the end of the day, he was already there, getting
See?
picked up.
And that's the Lord. And that's how we supposed to be. We supposed to protect one another and take care of one another and show godliness and holiness, because we not supposed to be stingy and in that nigga mode, because that's exactly what these people about to get into.
Because imagine you don't help a brother out and something happened where he almost dies or something, man. That's a guilt trip and a half right there.
Yeah. You know? Because, hey, if the time go come, oh, I got all these supplies, somebody go come knocking or ask for help, it's gonna be people out there, nah, this all me. I can't share. Or nah, this all me, man. I gotta worry about me and mine. You know? But the scripts reminds the brotherhood that we not supposed to be like that. What you got, your brother got. What your brother got, you got. That's why it's a give or take situation.
God, this is James chapter 3, verse 5.
That's a lot. And we got to make sure to put that out there and practice and rehearse that now, so when the time comes. Because remember, we under surveillance, and the eyes of the Lord are upon us even closer. All right, and we gonna get rewarded to our ways, and every little thing counts.
James chapter 3, verse 5. It says, even so the tongue is a little member and boasteth great things. Behold, how great of a matter a little fire kindleth. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue amongst our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and is set on fire of hell. Because with your tongue, basically, controls your speech, you know? And the scriptures say every idle word that men shall speak shall be accounted for. That's why it says the tongue is a little member, but it's a world of fire, man.
And our words is accounted in the day of judgment. You know, and hey, you could really destroy somebody with your words, or you could really build somebody up with your words.
Yeah.
Words stick.
Well, they stick, baby. I'm gonna hold it for a minute. Yeah, the tongue, man. That's a strong member of the body.
The tongue is a very, hey, we using our tongue to prophesy and push the words of the Heavenly Father and His Son, and we vessels, you know? And
Yeah, elderberry is good.
Yeah, you could be a vessel of honor or a vessel of dishonor, you know?
I gotta speak on that. The brother Bashar, I was gonna read it as soon as we got a little break. He said to stock up on elderberry for the winter. Now, based on my research, I'm no expert on elderberry, so do your own research. Elderberry is what's known as a preventative herb, right? If you get sick, you're not really supposed to take elderberry because it makes your immune system overactive. But it is a good preventative herb, man. Elderberry.
You could take it daily.
A lot of doctors, or actual physicians, I should say, that push the herbal stuff. They say take elderberry for COVID, but don't take it if you get it.
Right.
Or the flu or anything like that.
And hey, another few words for speaking ahead of this winter. They said this is going to be the darkest winter in U.S. history, and it's words going out that it's going to be a cold one.
Mm-hmm. The
fires. Brothers bringing up elderberry. So it would be wise to get some extra clothing, maybe some blankets on the side, some hand warmers, some body warmers, things of that nature. Because knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of our times, and we're supposed to use what we know. You got a heads up, take heed.
Yeah.
The Lord told us to take heed.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing wrong with buying an extra jacket.
Right.
Or a couple pairs of warm socks.
Yeah, or some good waterproof boots. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, don't be in that young spirit where I'm just gonna sit here and
just throw a hoodie on with some jeans and a shirt.
Yeah, and ride it out.
No.
The city gave me a notice saying they gotta shut the water off for 2 weeks. I'm just gonna sit here and not buy anymore.
Yeah.
Dumb shit.
That's not using wisdom.
I'll boil the rain.
And these heathens gave us a warning. If the heathens give you a warning, you need to take that warning serious. Just like the heathen said, get food and water for 2 weeks. You might want to get some food and water for 2 weeks if the heathens are saying it.
Well, hey, back in ancient times, right? Our people used to have months of food on hand, man. It took the Romans over a half a year to starve out Jerusalem.
Yeah, when they besieged the city, it took them a long time because it was good. They had food, water, certain materials. They didn't need to leave the city.
They didn't go to the grocery store every week.
Right. They didn't even need to leave the crib.
This is Matthew 12:36, getting back into the tongue. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. And that's why you got to watch your words, man. You got to give account for that. Even when you're so-called in your leisurely time, man. You condemn yourself. When you're chilling with your boys, or you might play Call of Duty. You're on the headset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the scripts don't tell you to examine yourself and take heed unto yourself. The scripts tell you to watch yourself and to listen to yourself. You got to make sure yourself is correct first. It start with you.
Mm-hmm. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
Yes.
Like if you notice, man, back when we first came on, we first started going out there in the streets, we were a lot more rash with our mouth than we are now.
Yeah.
We were downright malicious towards some people that we should, and maybe, hey, we were young in the spirit, but still, that's no excuse. But now we're more seasoned. We know how to communicate with people, man. We know how to play these chess moves, these spiritual chess moves with these people.
It was more arguments and mischief back then. Mm-hmm. The communication was more aggressive. That's which led to arguments and fights almost breaking out, and then disrespect instead of edification.
You see somebody get in an argument or debate with somebody. The guy that's calm, that says a few words and just drops them red pills on them, or truth bombs or whatever they call them. They could wow a whole room full of people with just a little bit of wisdom and a few words, man. That's power. Right?
And them few words of sticking that person's head, whoever they talking to. Believe it or not.
You got any precepts that come to mind? If not, I'll change it. We'll get that kind of destruction.
Yeah, let's get on the destruction. And it feel good to say And I also like to say America will be destroyed by fire. That's prophecy. And I like to hear it. America will be destroyed by fire, man, in the near future. And these heathen nations is going into slavery. That's prophecy. Because our time of being devoured is almost up. And it's almost time for us to do the devouring. It's almost wartime for us, instead of us getting our ass whooped. We've been getting our ass whooped for a long time.
We went into Jeremiah 16 earlier, so we're going to go into Jeremiah 15, all right? Because they pretty much say the same thing, just in different, time periods. This is Jeremiah 15:2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine. It looks like it's paraphrased in 2 Ezra 15 right there, man. Yeah. When the Lord said he would send all them plagues upon Egypt.
Sword in the famine.
Okay? To the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. And we see all these things being put in place, man. The shortages, the locusts destroying the crops, the weather. We see the sword being put in place. We see by way of what? Trump threatening martial law. Mm-hmm. The militias showing up. The cops are starting to fight back a little bit. So we see these things starting to materialize at the end of 2020, man. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord. The sword to slay, which is what? Esau. Esau's you go to, was it Isaiah 10:5? It says that Esau is, or the Assyrian is the rod of the Most High's anger, man.
Mm-hmm. And he is the modern day Assyrian.
All these big groups of people, them angels are around them people, man. Just waiting for the right time to say, okay, this guy's going to get 2 bullets. This guy's gonna duck and he's gonna pop up and get one in the head. Yeah. It's just shit like that.
Everything play every year. And these angels, man, they going to work. Mm-hmm. It been grievous deaths all throughout the country and world. These angels is going to work, man.
Well, hey, we feel a certain way about about the condition of our people. The angels, they know much more than us.
Yeah.
Because they could read their spirits, man. They know how wicked our people are. They probably can't wait to say, you know what, man, I gotta kill you to make you right.
Yo, and ain't judgment the Lord's delight and pleasure? The Lord, the script said the Lord ponders on man's goings, meaning he sits and thinks. Know what I'm saying? Critically on how to deal with you, whether it be in a good way or a bad way. So the Lord sits and ponders on how he go deal with you and judge you.
It's spiritual, man. When's the last time you actually seen a real honeybee?
Right. Oh, right.
Jumping from flower to flower. Honey comes up a lot in the scriptures, man.
It does.
One of the best healers is raw honey, man, and manuka honey.
Yeah.
Which if you tell Jake that,
he ain't gonna
act like you're crazy.
Yeah, they act like
you're
crazy.
What you talking about? Hot and spicy is back on the menu.
Yeah, man.
What is it? The Travis Scott meal.
Yeah, man. And I listened to the one brother from the one elder. Was it Charlotte? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said all it is a quarter pounder
with bacon.
So
they use Travis Scott or Jake to promote bacon.
And some barbecue dipping sauce. You could get. They didn't already had that on the menu. You could
for years.
Said, for years. Let me get a quarter pounder, throw some bacon on there, and let me get a barbecue dipping sauce.
A lot of these restaurants like Chili's and that, they'll have the same thing. With a barbecue burger with onion rings and some dumb shit on it, man. Swine.
Yeah, something stupid. And this video is Jake going crazy over a McDonald's meal. The one video showed a 2/3 woman jumping through the fucking the drive-through window because they didn't have no more. You had Jakes killing each other over them Popeyes chicken sandwiches. Like KFC ain't had chicken sandwiches since they've been open.
Oh, I was over by that McDonald's the other day, man. They had a line out to freaking Pine Ave in the drive-through, and they got 2 drive-through windows.
Yeah,
in a small-ass city.
for some abominable, defiled food. You eating human flesh, pretty much. Cause the word is out. Human flesh is in those burgers. Specifically McDonald's.
Continuing on this, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord: the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven. We already went into that, how the birds are gonna be eaten.
Hey,
good, man.
remember that story of that person getting the dogs to tear? That person that was walking and it got eaten and attacked by a pack of wild dogs. I seen that a while back. It was this year, but I seen it. You got, man, it's animals is about to start attacking people on a level we never seen before. We just stated it was killer whales attacking boats. Next is gonna be birds. It was already stories of birds attacking people. Next you gonna have a bunch of wild dogs running around attacking people. The wildlife is gonna be in the streets. Some months back I seen a video of a coyote that was stalking the little girl and tried to get the little girl, but the little girl ran in the house. It being so quiet and everything slowing down is causing these animals to come out of the hiding. You know?
Well, hey, the brother posted about the hot and spicy. Well, hey, man, you know, do not eat, you young brothers in the truth, don't eat McDonald's, man. Do not, stay away from that shit, man. If you're on your way to work and you got to pick up a coffee or something, then, you know, do that.
They can only do so much with coffee.
Yeah. One time I went there and got a coffee, man. This bitch was talking about, oh, do you want any of this liquid sugar? It's supposed to be really good. I went in there and looked at that. It looked like a damn gelatin. I'm like, there's probably swine in that shit, man.
Right. Our bread is defiled.
Which I like my coffee black anyway. All right.
Yeah. Our food is
black and bitter, baby.
Our food is degraded. You gotta go to fucking vitamin world and stock up on a whole bunch of vitamins just to get the proper nutrients you need. That's supposed to be in the food.
Yeah, because there ain't nothing in the food no more. What are they saying that?
Hot and spicy.
Yeah.
Hot and spicy. That hot and spicy then go back years, man.
I know. Hey, we ain't gonna lie. Them hot and spicy used to be busted.
I used to eat those hot and spices a long time ago.
Yo, when I first before I came into the truth, I used to fuck with McDonald's, hot and spicy, and it was cheap.
$3.
$3. You get you a fry, 2 sandwiches, and a drink for $4.
I'm surprised Esau ain't bring back the McRib.
Yeah. Not a riblet. That's a seasonal thing.
Yeah, it's a seasonal thing.
The McRib.
Time only, and then everybody runs out to get that shit.
And those riblets is made out of pig anus.
Yep. I did a video on that a long time ago.
And the pig is a filthy animal. Oh, and you be eating the pig's ass lining.
Yep. I got me a McRib, nigga.
Yeah, you went and got you some pig
with
ass.
a Diet Coke. With a Diet Coke.
Oh my goodness.
Motherfuckers order a quarter pounder with cheese and let me get a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna help.
Right. What about the aspartame in the Diet Coke, man? That's who invented that? Actually, Donald Rumsfeld, the guy from the Bush administration, invented aspartame, and it's supposed to be one of the most cancerous things there are. There's even some health experts saying just drink the shit with the sugar because the aspartame is so bad, man.
Yeah.
It takes like 10 years for your body to filter out.
That's crazy.
We're getting on a rant, but hey,
nah, sorry, we got to close it out.
This is how Esau is preparing these people to get slaughtered,
right?
Man, by making them a bunch of fat pieces of shit.
They already wore out. They already defiled. Their bodies is already degraded. Won't even have a fighting chance against these diseases and viruses and bacteria. They about to spray back. They spraying bacteria on food to push the illness. The air, the water, the food, they pushing illnesses and viruses and diseases. You know, people not gonna say, oh, that's not the Lord, that's man. No, everything is the Lord's will, and man's goings is the way of the Lord. How can a man then understand his way? These fires.
The Lord wants to make sure we know who the devil is at the end of the day. There ain't gonna be no excuses, man.
The Lord wants us to know it's these devils that's really starting those fires. It's these devils that's really causing these storms. Because it's like 5 storms right now brewing in the ocean. Right now, 5 of them. All right, you got the southern states getting hit with one right now, and it's another one not far behind it.
Hey, what are they saying that in Western New York, what was it, in the 50s yesterday? It was supposed to be almost 80 degrees. But it was in the 50s because they had smoke from the California fires blocking out the sun, man.
Wow.
You know, there was a whole bunch of reports on that. That's not good. Hey, man, there's so much going on. We could talk all day about it.
That's what I'm saying. Shit real. Shit is real in the field.
But hey, at the end of the day, we have to have soundness of mind, man. You know?
Yeah.
Let's be observant, man. Like, get your poker face on, you know?
And like he said, be observant / watch. Just like the script say, be ye watchmen.
Don't treat it like it's a sporting event. Come on, man. Get it. No, don't treat it like that. Treat it like an observance, man. You know, like you see people watching a tennis match. They don't fucking say a thing. Just go, you know?
Yeah. Hey, we watching the Lord work.
Closing precept.
Yeah, verse 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Right, because really the only way out is Yahweh. You know, in his name, and he looked like a white dude.
We bought with a price.
Yeah, with black facial features, man. I'm like, you can't make this shit up. Because, you know, Omen, you can't make this shit up, man.
And
everything is spiritual.
Everything is spiritual, and it said they forsake the Lord. Forsake means abandon. They abandon their power. They abandon their law, statutes, and commandments. They abandon righteousness. They abandon the right way. They abandon life.
Thou hast forsaken me, saith the Lord. Thou art gone backward. Right, our people, they always want to get into every philosophy under the sun, man. You know, they love this American lifestyle because they get to whore themselves on social media, man.
And try to paint a perfect life, a perfect picture.
Yeah, everything's about how cool you are now.
Like, look.
Therefore will I stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee. I am weary with repenting. We went into the 16th chapter. It would say, I've taken my peace from this people. The cutoff time is near, man. The cutoff time is near. You know?
He getting tired of hearing I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Don't go thinking we're gonna be out on the streets when the famine of the word hits and the gates of mercy are shut.
It's over.
Yeah, it's it.
Elder Gabar said now is the time.
And I will fan them with a fan in the gates of the land. Right? A lot of these protests are what? In the gates of the land, the downtown areas, man. I will bereave them of children. I will destroy my people since they return not from their ways. Right, from their ways, man. You know, this American lifestyle is just pure cancer, man.
Yep.
You got Jake out here with all kinds of crazy hair, like Trippie Redd. A lot of people idolize that guy, and 6ix9ine and all them people, man. And they idolize those people.
And these young Jakes, these young men is weird as hell, and they come off gay.
It's that satanic vibration that they're getting from their idols, man. Okay? They'd rather look up to people like that, and these young girls would rather look up to Nicki Minaj and Cardi B than to look up and look up to great men, actual great men with wisdom and spiritualness,
or at least a woman with integrity.
Right.
These women don't have no kind of morale or integrity.
They don't.
Nope. Don't want to don't cover themselves no more. Ain't timid no more.
The scriptures say that they're shameless, man.
Shameless.
They're shameless.
And what's a shameless woman? To be accounted as a dog.
And then when they get raped, it's toxic masculinity. It's unreal, man. But hey, with that, we're going to close up. We hope you brothers and sisters were edified, because there is a sister on the comment board. All right, till next time, shalom. All praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
Double honor to our apostles and elders, the great millstone that rule well. Shalom.